There's a misconception in society that devotion is for those with feeble intellect. You guys don't have brains, you just say Radhesham, Sitaram. And we are the brainy guys, we'll sit and discuss Vedanta. But Shree Krishna is saying the absolute reverse. He's saying the ultimate jñāni surrenders unto me. What all the Advaitis are telling you. Arey, this bhakti is all for the less intelligent. Later on, it's only Aham Brahmasmi. And Shree Krishna is telling the complete reverse. That jñāni is going to come to my shelter. That's the sign of love. Bahunam janmanam ante Jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti Samahatma sudurlabha. After many births of spiritual practice, one who is endowed with knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be all that is. Such a great soul is indeed very rare. Someone just asked me a little while ago, what is the connection between Jñān and Bhakti? Between knowledge and devotion. Shri Krishna says, Arjun, the end of knowledge is in devotion. There's a misconception in society that devotion is for those with feeble intellect. You guys don't have brains, you just say Radhesham, Sitaram. And we are the brainy guys, we'll sit and discuss Vedanta. But Shree Krishna is saying the absolute reverse. He's saying the ultimate jñāni surrenders unto me. Because that jñāni knows me to be everything that is. The sign of knowledge is love. Let us say that there's a piece of stone somebody gives you. You look at it, you have got no love for it. And then that person says, Arey Baba, this is a Shaligram. These Shaligrams are found in Damodar Kund. Shaligram? Oh. Offer respect, reverence to it. Now a little bit of love is developed. Do you know it was taken from Damodar Kund 500 years ago, and Tulsidas Ji Maharaj, when he was on the earth planet, he used to worship it every day. Arey, it was worshipped by Tulsidas. Now you look at it with even more love. The stone is the same. You are the same. But when this knowledge has gotten added, that wow, this is the Shaligram of Tulsidas, now the love has developed. So knowledge has led to love. I have often given the example of Paras. One sadhu came to somebody's house. The master had gone to work. His family was living in the village, and this guy was an officer. He had got a household helper, a servant, who used to take care of the house. So the servant met the sadhu. The sadhu said, look, I am hungry. Give me some food. I've got a paras, I'll give it to you. The servant fed him. He received the paras. The servant was illiterate, did not know what this paras is. In English, it's called Philosopher's stone. Mythical stone, you touch iron with it, it turns into gold. So the servant said, what is this paras? I don't know. I'll offer it to my Sahab master, and he will decorate it and keep it in his drawing room. He placed it on his master's table. The master came from the office in a bad mood. Sometimes when people come from the office, they are in a bad mood. The husband doesn't realize, but the wife knows. My husband's voltage now is not 110, it's 220, or it's 440. Everything must be in proper place, or lift it up and throw it. So this officer saw a paras on the table. He immediately burst forth, Ramu, who has placed this here? And he saw one sadhu came and I fed him lunch and he's given paras, so I've given it to you. Paras? You crazy fellow. Somebody who has got paras will go around begging. He's handed you an ordinary stone. Sahab took the stone and chucked it. It went and hit the latch of the door. The latch was made of iron. In contact with the paras, it turned into gold. Sahab said, Arey, this has become the yellow metal. Is it actually paras? He ran and grabbed it and touched his key to it. It became gold. He took the spoon, that also became gold. Now, 3 out of 3, the statistical probability of mistake is reduced. So he's pinpointing it now. This is actually a paras. He jumped 3 feet into the air and he ran into his bedroom. He opened his closet and the locker in the closet and the locker inside the locker. He placed it there and started dreaming of the biggest happiness in the world. Who's going to work for the city now? I've got a paras. If I like, I can go and touch the railway line. And the entire Amtrak line from here up to downtown will all become gold. And if I walk into a steel plant, I'll make a mountain of gold. How much of love he's developed for that stone. The stone is the same. The person is the same. Vision is the same. 5 minutes ago, there was no love. 5 minutes later, there's a mountain of love. So how did the love come? From the knowledge. When he understood this is a paras, he developed this huge amount of love. So tell me, what is more valuable, paras or God? Paras or God? No, paras. See, but your intellect is convinced that God is more valuable. Then you should have a mountain of love for God. And if the love is not there, that means as yet the knowledge is also not there. Or you've not thought of that knowledge deeply enough. When you truly contemplate over who is God, then love will be a natural consequence. You will not need to practice it. So, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Shree Krishna says, and this is refuting what all the Advaitis are telling you. Arey, this bhakti is all for the less intelligent. Later on, it's only Aham Brahmasmi. And Shri Krishna is telling the complete reverse. That jñāni is going to come to my shelter. That's the sign of love. So in a jñān, the jñānis try and practice self-knowledge, self-realization. So they say you just focus on understanding the self. You're not the body, you're not the mind, you're not the intellect, you're the self. And as a consequence of that sadhana, you become established in self-realization. This is the path of jñān. So firstly, that path of jñān is extremely difficult. It's like walking on a razor's edge. Because you are walking on the basis of self-effort. I will do it. I can do it. And in the path of bhakti, you are surrendering to God. I will do my best, O Lord, but your grace is what I depend upon. So because that element of surrender and grace is there, God protects you. And that is why the path of jñān is so difficult And the path of bhakti is so easy. Saral sukhad marga yahi bhai, bhagati mori purana shruti gai. Plus, in the path of bhakti, you are practicing humbleness. I am insignificant. It is all His grace. And that humbleness also protects you. And on the path of Jnān, you are not accepting there's any God. I am Aham Brahmasmi. So there's this vulnerability to pride. And as the saying goes in English, pride cometh before the fall. Pride is such a dangerous thing. I was just reading Mr. S.V. Nathan, who is like manager in Deloitte at the national level. So he was relating his experience that he had graduated from a B school and he had got job in Deloitte and he was full of pride of his education. And his first assignment he got in a place called Gomia, a mining town. So there was a huge multinational corporation out there and he got an assignment on behalf of Gomia. So he came from Kolkata to Gomia and he had been told that a car will be there to receive him. When he got off on that little station, he was the only person there. And he looked around and there was no one. And then he found the car. And a man wearing khaki shorts and a t-shirt was standing by the side of the car. So he said, "Hey driver, what are you doing? Come on." So that man responded, "Who are you?" And then he took his luggage and put him in the car. And he was driving him and all the while speaking to him, "Sir, who is there in your family? What do you do?" And Mr. S.V. Nathan was taking it as some pesky thing. Why is he asking me so many questions? Nevertheless, he was taken to the guest house. And the next day, he had to then go and meet the big guy, Mr. Verma, who was the CEO of the organization. So he reached the office and he found that man sitting behind the CEO's desk. So Mr. Nathan said, "Hey driver, you came here as well?" And that person introduced himself as Mr. Verma, the CEO of the organization. Now you cut him, you won't get blood out of him. He was so apologetic. Mr. Verma said, "I had come to the station and you called out to me, so I thought I may as well help you." And then he started explaining that you may have these big degrees, but you should never become proud of them, not start carrying them on your head as if you are such and such and such and such. That is the pride. Later on, wherever he goes to colleges, S.V. Nathan, he relates this incident, conveying the message of humbleness. Now, in the path of Jnān, because it is all self-effort, so hence the danger to pride. And in the path of Bhakti, because we are surrendering, we are practicing humbleness. So to great extent, we are saved from the pride.